Message from General Pepper. Priority 1. We need your help, Star Fox. Andross has declared war. He's invaded the Lilat system and is trying to take over Corneria. Our army can't do the job. Hurry, Star Fox.
Hey everybody, welcome to my Let's Play of Star Fox 64 for the 2007 thread. The first thing you want to do to ensure a victorious run is to fiddle around with that little 64 logo a bit. I got such a big kick out of that when I was a kid. But anyway, here's the menu and there's options. And I've played this game a lot, as you can see right here in the rankings. I've played it at least 10 times. This is a game I very much enjoy, so without further ado, let's get to it.
Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat system. The evil Andross turned this once thriving system into a wasteland of near extinction. General Pepper of the Cornerian army was successful in exiling this maniacal scientist to the barren, deserted planet Venom. 5 years later, General Pepper noticed strange activity coming from Venom. James McLeod, Pigma Dangar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox team were sent to investigate. Upon their arrival, Pigma betrayed the team, and James and Peppy were captured by Andross. Peppy barely escaped Venom and returned home to tell James' son, Fox, about his father's fate. A few years have passed. Andross has again invaded the Lilat system. General Pepper has turned to a new Star Fox team, headed by Fox McLeod, to save Corneria and free the Lilat system once again.
So that's the story in a nutshell, and in a second here we're going to see the map. And if you've ever played Star Fox on the Super Nintendo, you know there's 3 paths. There's an easy, a medium, and a hard path. This game takes the same kind of idea, but lets you kind of mix and match a little bit depending on which route you want to take. But we'll get into all that later, but for now, let's begin with the first planet, Corneria.
It's about time you showed up, Fox. You're the only hope for our world.
I'll do my best. Andross won't have his way with me.
Good luck.
So yeah, one thing about this game is that it's fully voice acted, and I know about this time more and more games were starting to be voice acted, but I really like the voice acting in this game for some reason. It's not the best you'll ever hear.
Open the wing.
But I really enjoy it. There's just something about it. It's mostly nostalgia probably for me. But here, we're going to see a little brief introduction to all of our crewmates. And let's check them out.
Check your G-diffuser system. Falco here. I'm fine.
Falco's our ace pilot kind of guy.
This is Peppy. All systems go.
Peppy is the elder of the team.
Slippy here. I'm okay.
And Slippy's the screw-up. So now that we know all our principal characters,
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
couldn't have said it better. Let's rock and roll. So this is the first level, and no matter what path you want to take, this is always how you're going to start the game. In the Super Nintendo one, depending on which path you took, Corneria would be different every time, but here it's the same.
Get back here.
And here's one of the main motifs of the game.
Slippy, watch out.
Slippy
Don't be on your tail.
doing horrible. This can happen throughout levels, and in most levels it is kind of set. Slippy's always going to be followed by some enemy there, and you gotta save him. This level does a pretty good job of introducing you to the basics of the game.
We're entering Corneria City now.
Essentially flying and shooting. And some of the more infamous advanced maneuvers, which we'll hear about from Peppy in a minute. But yeah, I love this game. I know I said I played it a lot, and this was one of my childhood favorites. I didn't get an N64 right when the system came out, and I pretty much bought an N64 just for Smash Bros. But I'd played this at a friend's house a couple times, and really enjoyed it.
You've got an enemy on your tail. Use the brake.
Yeah, this level's pretty basic and straightforward, but there are two ways to go about beating it. This is one of, I think, 2 levels of the game that have 2 separate ways to actually clear the level. And we'll be seeing both of those throughout the course of this little Let's Play. But for now, we're going to go through the basic easy path ending. Here we learn how to use our boosters and how to save Falco, who, well, his excuse is that something was wrong with his ship, but he says it was fine before.
I guess I should be thankful.
Who really knows what happens? And I really didn't like Falco when I was a kid. Oh wait, here we go. Here's what the internet wants to see.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. Yeah, that's part of internet culture that is really overplayed and overused. But whatever, this game is still fun and very good. So right here, if we were going through the second way to beat the level, we would fly under all these things, and something magical will happen. But we're going to be doing the easy ending, like I said, and we're going to be, in this first part of the Let's Play, we're going to be seeing all of the blue levels, which is pretty much the easy path. And oh my god, Peppy just took so much damage. Another difference between this game and the Super Nintendo one is that, I don't know why I wasted a bomb there, is you can actually shoot your crewmates, and you could not damage them in the original.
All range mode.
And here we get our first taste of all range mode for one of the easiest bosses in the game.
Ah, so this is Star Fox.
And he's just this little robot that runs around a little bit. He's really easy. You'll see in a second you can kind of just shoot his legs and he'll fall over and won't be able to do anything for the rest of the fight.
Those who cross Andros will die.
Now I'm trying my best to not speak over a lot of the voice acting, just because, you know, good etiquette or whatever. But I'm not going to try that hard because, hey, casual LP. I mean, if Peppy wants to talk over the boss, then that's fine too, I guess. But, like I said, when this dude falls over, he's pretty much a pushover. And that's I think I was trying to turn around there, but I did it totally wrong.
You annoying little flies.
So, for the most part...
My Emperor! I failed!
For the most part, this game is a bit of a rail shooter. And, all range mode is kind of... You have this set area to fly around in, and it's a pretty neat change of pace.
We're heading out. All aircraft report.
You did it! I was worried for a moment.
You're becoming more like your father.
I'm fine. You okay over there, Fox?
So you probably noticed it said mission complete when I beat the level. There's actually 2 end-of-level screens like that. One is mission complete, the other says mission accomplished. And we got mission complete because we didn't get the secret ending to the level. And thus we have to go to the asteroid field. If we would have got the better ending, we could choose between going to the asteroid field or Sector Y, which is up top.
Impressive, Star Fox. Now watch out for enemies in the asteroid field.
I won't let you down, sir.
Good luck.
And keeping with the Super Nintendo original, the second level is an asteroid field. Unfortunately, this level's a little slow and a little boring. There's not too much going on except a couple rocks here and there. Well, and some other enemies, but for the most part, just rocks.
Things are starting to heat up.
No.
Quit
They're
digging
not.
around, Flip.
We're heading into the asteroid.
Okay, so here we are at the fun-filled, action-packed world of the asteroid field. Ah, sure is exciting, huh? Yeah, like I was saying, this level is pretty slow and pretty boring. There's not too much going on at any one time, and it's pretty boring. Did I mention that it's boring? There's a cool part in the level, but we won't see that in this update. Like I was saying in Corneria, there's a couple levels that have multiple ways to end them, and this is one of them. But for now, we're going to go the boring path, so just bear with me, because it's kind of a slog. But this would be a perfect level to talk about this game and the history of the series up till this point, because I'm a nerd, and I know things. But the first Star Fox came out on the Super Nintendo in 1993, and was met with pretty good acclaim. I know I liked it when I was a kid. Had really good graphics for the time. They look kind of dated now, but for the time, it was one of the first games, at least on the Super Nintendo, to feature pretty much fully 3D stuff and not suffer from intense slowdown. It really was a milestone as far as that was concerned. It was met with success, people liked it, and a sequel was planned, Star Fox 2, also for the Super Nintendo. And it was made and was pretty much done. In fact, you can find the ROM of it floating around the internet, but it was never released. Probably due to the N64 being in development, and they wanted to, I guess, just make another game for this console. So they figured, let's just make Star Fox on the N64. And that is a huge dick move, to actually mention something interesting that happened in the level. They're nice enough to give you a bomb, and right as you're about to pick it up, some enemies crash into you. It's actually pretty easy to totally screw up getting that bomb most of the time. Because bombs are really good. They have really big range and can take out a lot of enemies, especially if you're going for a high score, which I'm not really here. But they're useful for that, if that's your thing. So anyway, they released this game in 1997, and it's a complete reboot. It has nothing to do with the original game, and they change a lot of things. A lot of the planets are totally different, and it's just kind of an odd choice in my opinion to pretty much reboot a series that's only had one official entry so far. And to be fair, the second game is, or the planned second game originally, Star Fox 2, is vastly different from this. Well, this is pretty much a rail shooter. The other was more similar to Star Fox Command, if you've ever played that one, for the DS. Where you kind of strategically go around to different planets and stop the advancement of Andross's troops or whatever. And I've messed around with it a little bit, and I should probably revisit it on a harder difficulty, because on easy you don't really do too much of the game. And it featured all range mode, pretty much, or some version of it that we see in this game.
Take that!
But anyway, I'm not complaining with this game. It's a game I very much like, despite the fact that certain levels like this can manage to be pretty boring. But that's to be expected with some games.
Hold A to charge your laser.
Now, you see that ring over there that I'm not flying through? That's how you access the secret that we'll see later. And how I wish I was going for that secret here, because not getting that secret just means more boring level. But whatever. I'll stop complaining once this level's over, I promise. But there's just not much going on. Fortunately, it's almost over. After these enemies that I'm just gonna crash into, apparently. We're gonna come across the boss, which is a boss that I never really fight. But I think it's similar to one of the bosses in one of the Asteroid levels in the Super Nintendo version.
I cannot allow you to go any further.
You do see some nods here and there to the original Super Nintendo version,
Enemy shield ammo.
but for the most part they're completely different games. Like I said, this boss was
See what you've
similar to another boss in that game, but obviously a lot different. The gimmick here is you have to shoot these yellow glowing spots, and if you shoot the green ones, they absorb your lasers and shoot them back at you. Fortunately, that is very easy to dodge, and I totally screwed up and missed one of the yellow spots. So hooray, I get to make this take even longer. Anyway, first form is complete, and this form's attack is actually kind of difficult to dodge, especially if you're just trying to power through and hit the weak spot. which doesn't even appear until it shoots one time. But that electricity has kind of odd trajectory, and apparently my aim is awful, and I barely hit the weak spot at all. But I should... oh, well, it was charging up, so I guess it has to shoot now.
I'm no match for you.
It's kind of a little late for that.
I admit.
Also, we see that you have more than half your health left.
Are you gonna listen to that monkey? You're not as stupid as you look!
And that's another case of me loving the voice acting of this game. And, well, also right here, too.
I can't believe I lost to this scum!
Sorry to jet, but I'm in a hurry.
I just love how, you know, they call the enemies monkeys, and the enemies are calling you scum and things like that. And it's one of those games that you can tell is trying to be gritty without being gritty.
I'm fine.
And I kind of love it for that.
I've taken a few hits, but I'm okay.
You've taken more than a few.
You worry about your own hide.
And another reason why I hated Falco as a kid. But I guess Falco's a popular character. He's managed to make it into a bunch of Smash Bros. Games, and, whatever. More power to him. So anyway, on to the next planet. Now that we're done with a boring level, let's actually see a good level for a change. This is Fortuna, and this planet is way different from the Fortuna that was in the Super Nintendo version.
Recover our base from the enemy army.
Roger, General.
Good luck.
Split up and take it to him.
So this is our first taste of a level that's 100% all range mode. It's kind of a nice change of pace for the game, and for now your objective is just to shoot down as many enemies as you can. Now I guess I'll talk about this because it'll come into play later, but if you kill a certain number of enemies in a level and also have all of your crewmates alive, you can get a medal. Getting all the medals unlocks hard mode, which I've never done. And this is the one downside to the all range mode levels, is that your crewmates are pretty much useless and will get followed by the most basic of enemies and will consistently take damage until you save them yourselves.
Get this guy off me!
And they can steal your kills. I don't think this happens here, but I've definitely seen Falco shoot down some boss type enemies and steal a bunch of points from me. But in each level, I think in Corneria you need 150 enemies to get a medal. In the Asteroid field you need 200. Here you only need 50, because there's significantly less stuff to shoot. It's a legitimate question.
A bomb has been planted at the base.
Maybe that's why.
Can anyone take care of it? Can't let you do that, Star Fox.
Andros has ordered us to take you down.
Happy. Long time no see. Andross's enemy is my enemy.
So this is Starwolf, and they're the boss of this
Just
level.
what I need to see.
They are kind of our rival mercenary band, if you will.
Let's take care
And
of
just
these
as General
guys
Pepper
first.
hired us to fix things up for him, Andros hired them to kind of screw with us. And they're not very difficult. They don't do a really good job of dodging your shots. The only annoying thing about the fight is they will follow you and your crewmates around until somebody dies, whether it be them or us. And each of your crewmates has a different person that's kind of associated with them. Leon follows around Falco, Pigma follows around Peppy, given that they were both in Star Fox in the past. Andrew follows Slippy, and Wolf, of course, follows Fox. And they're pretty basic, and they'll go down without too much trouble. They give good points, too, if you can manage to kill them pretty quickly. About 10 points apiece.
Can't be happening.
And yeah, during their intro, it kind of makes it sound like we're supposed to know who they are. And granted, they did appear in Star Fox 2, but like I said, Star Fox 2 was cancelled, was never released. So when this game came out, nobody had any idea who they were. They had never heard of them. But oh well. It's not like it's really important that we're supposed to know who they are or anything. And speaking of their intro, they actually, when they're coming down, you can actually hit start and regain control of your ship, and just fly over and kill them before they even finish giving their little introductory speech. I was playing this the other day before I had decided to do this LP, and I actually killed Andrew right as he was starting off his speech, and he never said his death phrase, and it was kind of funny. And you'll notice that the numbers below my health bar turned red, and that's because I have enough points for the medal, so unless somebody manages to die, and I don't think they will, because I think Wolf is the last one, and there he goes. So I'll get the medal for this level,
Take care of the bomb now.
which is pretty nice. It's not incredibly important because I've already got it before, but it's just nice to have. And that's going to just about do it for this first update. I'm going to split these in half as best I can, but there's 7 levels in a playthrough, so I got to split it up 4 and 3 somehow, so I figure this is as good of a stopping point as any. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and come back next time to see the rest of the blue stages of the
Hey,
game.
we made it!
Fox, take it easy. That was a close call, Fox.